Hey everybody, this is Jason Creel, and today I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to go back with you and share 5 of the worst memories I have from the lawn care business. We're gonna have a little story time, if you will, because I know sometimes people just enjoy hearing stories. And it's not always great in lawn business. I love the lawn business, but I've had some negative experiences that I'm gonna recap here. Today's video is sponsored by Graham Spray Equipment. A lot of you know that I'm doing weed control and fertilization, and my spray tank I get from Graham Spray Equipment. You can check them out at grahamse.com. Link is in the description. All right, no particular order, but 5 of the worst experiences I've had in the lawn care business. Now, number 1 I want to share is, this has been a while, but early on in my lawn business days, I went through a period where I kind of got overwhelmed with my business, had more than I could do, and I wasn't great at hiring people, and I had a situation where I had a couple of friends that needed some work, and so they came to work with me. Hard workers, but not exactly experienced in lawn care from a professional standpoint. So, and I was unorganized and didn't have it together, but I remember this one day we were cutting at a school property, a big field, and it was going to take the one guy a long time, you know, maybe an hour and a half to just cut the field with the lawnmower. Well, me and another guy took the truck while he was doing that, and we went, I think, took the other mower and went to knock out a little residential property down the road. When I come back, I'm thinking, okay, that was good. We went and knocked out that property down. We'll come back and he should be almost done and we can finish wrapping up this school property, which was much larger. When I come back, he had been delayed a little. There was a big drainage ditch, I don't know what you would call it, but a big square box out there. Not like a little plastic, you know, square drainage box in your yard, but a big one that had big slopes on the sides of it. And he had wanted to get close to that drainage area without, you know, so he didn't have to do as much trimming around it, and he got a little too close, got the mower about down in there and got stuck. So that wasn't good. You know, getting stuck, that's not the worst thing that ever happened, but it definitely slowed him up a little bit. Well then, he's probably flustered a little bit trying to make up for all his time. He gets done with the yards and he goes to pull the mower back up on the trailer, and he forgot to disengage the blades as he's pulling the mower up on the ramp. And so as he's coming up on the ramp, the blades are still running full speed and they spin fast, and the blade hits the hinge on the trailer gate. So it chips it off, and also what it did was, because it's turning so fast and it hits that metal, it tightened up the bolt on the metal. It basically just torqued it on there so tight that I could, when I went to try to change the blades, because they need to change that, you imagine that probably dulled that blade up a little bit. I go to change it, I can't get it off with my impact wrench. I put a pipe on it using my legs. That was my other trick. You know, sometimes I could get it off with a big pipe and pushing on it with my legs. Couldn't get it off that way. So what happens? End up taking it to a truck place, a place that works on 18-wheelers, and this guy comes out there and he's got an impact gun, and he called it Big Red or Old Red or something like that. And he says, and they did this for free, I'm really thankful for that, but he said, when I put Big Red on it, he said, it's either gonna come off or it's gonna break. I mean, he had a big time impact gun. And I said, you know, whatever, at this point, what am I gonna do? So anyway, he put Big Red on it, got the blade off, and, you know, end of story. Number 2, I had a situation, I've been in lawn business long enough, I knew better than this. This was probably the dumbest thing I ever did. I was trying to put a belt on the mower. You know how it is, sometimes you're trying to get a belt on, you gotta loop it around the pulleys around the front, and you got that back pulley back there behind the, you know, the rear, back there where the rear tires are, and I was trying to get it on there, and who knows if I did it right or not. I mean, you know, maybe I should have put on the back one first, and then you got your idler pulley. You could have, anyway, I don't remember exactly how this one was threaded, but I end up with a situation by myself, and that was probably part of the mistake, where I've got a screwdriver and I'm trying to push the you know, pull, push, whatever, on the belt to get it on the pulley. And you know, a new belt can be really tight. And I'm just, you know, pushing on it. Well, again, this is not a smart thing I was doing, but basically I was pushing at it straight toward my face, okay? And sure enough, it slips off the belt, and I poked the screwdriver right above my left eye, I believe it was. To a point, I really feel like I would have shoved it right through my eyeball if I'd have been about an inch lower. So that was not good. I didn't lose my eye. Thank the Lord for that. It did give me a black eye and looked nasty for a little while. Story number 3. This was my very first fall in the lawn care business. I had bought a Walker bag and mower. Maybe it's the second fall, can't remember. But anyway, had a Walker bag and mower, and first time experiencing one of those. And I like Walker mowers. But in this particular situation, I'm going out to do a little leaf cleanup. I'm like, hey, I got this Walker mower. I need to get out here and do some leaf cleanups, you know? So I got the Walker mower, and I'm thinking, yeah, I didn't know how to price anything. And it's one of those deals where you get somebody who doesn't get their leaves cleaned up till every leaf is falling. And so you've got, you know, literally feet of leaves piled up in the yard before he calls. And of course, I'm thinking, what does that matter? Again, I'm inexperienced, and I don't remember what I bid, but I can guarantee you it was way underbid. I think it took me about 6 hours to get it cleaned up. But here's what happened. You got all these leaves, and I'm bagging them with the Walker mower, and there's just leaves everywhere. And the leaves get on the hot muffler. You know, the muffler that sits, I believe, behind your left hip there. You got the silver muffler that has the word hot etched on it. Maybe it's on your right hip, I can't remember. And the leaves get on there, and what happens? It catches on fire. And I remember at that time, I don't remember if I didn't have my work truck yet, or I had borrowed a friend of mine's SUV with the trailer and the mower on there. And I'm panicking. I'm thinking my mower's about to go up in flames. It may blow up. I mean, this is terrible. And so what do? I go open the back hood of my friend's SUV, and I look, and he's got like I think it was like a bucket of those like orange hand wipes or something. And I get those orange hand wipes, and I go there and I start, you know, basically put the fire out. And you know, it didn't blow up anything. I was able to get the fire put out. I learned some lessons there about just having leaves everywhere. I learned a lesson about completely underbidding miserable jobs that you just want to quit, but you just can't, you don't have the heart to just walk away from the job, but where you're basically losing money doing the work. And almost blew up my mower. Story number 4. Early in my lawn business, I had a really bad view of equipment sales. I didn't have a good idea of the value of equipment, and I would try to sometimes sell stuff that I bought a walk-behind mower and decided I didn't really need it, is the point being. Well, at that time I thought, well, I'll sell it on eBay. I guess Facebook Marketplace was not popular back then, and I'm not sure about Craigslist, but I thought, I'm gonna sell it on eBay. Well, I sell it on eBay. The guy that buys it gets in touch with me. He says, hey, I live in Alabama, by the way, and he said, I've bought a car, something like that, maybe in Florida, and I've got a truck driver going to pick up this car, and he'll be coming through Georgia, you know, tomorrow or whenever. How about you just drive the mower over there and meet the truck driver in Georgia? This is a bad idea, by the way. Don't do this if you're watching this video. I said, okay, that sounds good. I don't remember. I think he was going to pay me a little bit extra or something. I'm like, yeah, you're going to give me 200 extra bucks or something on this mower. I think I was taking a loss on the mower already from what I paid for it. So a friend of mine goes with me on the trip. I'm so thankful for that. I don't know. It's one of those things that was so bad that it's just like a distant memory to me. But here's what happens. We start off towards Georgia, and we're going to meet him at like 11 o'clock at night or something at some truck stop in Georgia. Well, we start heading that way, and we're well into the trip, and the truck driver calls and says, I'm sorry, I'm so tired, I've got to pull over and get some sleep. And we're like, well, we're already, you know, we've already left. We're planning to meet you there at 11 o'clock. I mean, what are we going to do? Well, I mean, a Ford Ranger, I think we had loaded the mower up in the back of the truck there. And he said, yeah, we're gonna, I gotta get some sleep. And so we start driving that way, and it's, you know, so we ended up, basically we ended up getting lost. I remember I almost hit a deer. I remember I was probably as close as I can ever remember to almost falling asleep while driving. I didn't hit the deer, and then we get to the truck stop where we're gonna meet, and he's gonna be hours and hours and hours before he meets us. So we just go to, you know, we sleep in the truck, and then we get up and we go eat breakfast at this truck stop. He finally comes rolling in, probably, you know, something like 6 hours after we originally said we're gonna meet. And anyway, well, not worth my $200. I did sell the mower. He did get the mower. I was so thrilled when he got the mower and it was on his truck and on our way, but it was a horrible trip, and I probably owe my friend a debt of gratitude for going with me on that trip. And the last story I'm gonna tell, there was a period of time when I was running my lawn business and I took a full-time job for a short period. Well, actually about a year. And while I had that full-time job, I had a crew chief that was running my business, but sometimes I would get off work early in the afternoon and I could go help them out to finish out the day. Well, that was this particular day. I think I'd been a little frustrated with some of the lack of efficiency, if you will, for how the crew was running with me not being there. So we get there, and I've got a walker mower, and my walker needed a little TLC in that situation. We're bagging this lawn, and my walker had when you disengage the blades, it has this big fan that spins inside this metal housing. And there should be something when you disengage the blade, it causes that fan to stop turning quickly. The fan creates the suction, I believe, which helps it bag. So anyway, something was wrong with mine. When you disengage the blades, the thing would keep spinning until basically, you know, eventually would stop, but it did not stop quickly. Well, I think in this situation it had rained or started raining. I'm in a hurry, and you can imagine damp, wet grass that is clogging up the chute, okay? Because it's wet. It's not ideal conditions. And I'm in a hurry because I think it's starting to rain, okay? So I'm cutting with the mower, and the thing gets clogged up. Well, what happens when it gets clogged up? I get frustrated that it's getting clogged up because I'm trying to get done and I want to finish the job. It clogs up, and I think I'd unclogged a couple times, and anyway, and then I'm just getting more and more frustrated. It's clogging up, so it clogs up. I shut the thing off, reach my hand in there, again, on a normal walker without my issues, and again, I like walker mowers. I just needed to get this repaired. It's still spinning extremely fast because I was frustrated. I hop off the mower so fast to unclog. I stick my hand down in there, and it basically bust open my finger there. Well, that hurt, and the customer's actually at home. My friends are there, and I'm bleeding like crazy. It didn't cut it, more just like a whatever, just the blunt force just sort of busted open the end of my finger, and it hurt. And I walk over to the doorbell. I think I'll be able to ring the doorbell and ask for some help, Band-Aid or something. I'm bleeding pretty good, and I passed out on the customer's front porch, which is not good. I don't recommend passing out on their porch, but I'm bleeding all over the place. So I wasn't out long. I woke back up. I was just tired, I guess. And anyway, get back, and they take me to a friend of mine who's a doctor. And he's like, you need to go to the emergency room. You're gonna have to have some stitches. He's a doctor at the hospital, so he's able to, break me in line a little bit and at least put a good word in for me. They take me back there, and I don't know why this is. Seems like when you get a doctor, it's like on a Friday afternoon or something, Friday night. They got me back there pretty quick, but I had grass all in my finger. And they were sitting there trying to get all that grass out, and that was very painful. But once they did that and they numbed it all up, I couldn't feel anything on the stitches. But I had this doctor, a young guy, and you ever had a doctor sewing you up, and he was very nice, very professional about everything, but he had like a natural shake to his hand, which is a little bit weird when he's trying to sew you up. And I'm like, he's sitting there sewing my finger up doing this. Anyway, I've got a scar there. You can actually see it on camera, and I don't have good feeling in that finger. I can't feel too good, but still have my finger, and I'm glad of that because it could have fell off in that situation. Those are some bad experiences I've had. There's others, experiences with dogs and, you know, just whatever, bad things happen. Those are 5 that came to mind. Hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe you can leave a comment with experience that you've had, maybe bring something to your mind. But I do appreciate you watching. If you hadn't done so, there's over 600 videos on the channel. If you're in the lawn business, you can go to lawncarelife.com. We've got a lot of resources over there. Whether you're starting a lawn mowing business, starting a weed control business, there's documents, there's marketing materials, there's video courses, a lot of training available in that area. Talk to you guys later. Appreciate it. Bye.